Yeah, there you go. Just hey, get comfortable. You know what I mean? Look, be the first one to do it, Trey. I am not mad at you. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at you, Trey. Hey, welcome. This is your home here. How are you, my friend? Yeah. Yeah. No, and you know what? You're actually showcasing the logo really nicely there. I mean, before I dive into the backpack drive, you got to tell us about how the line is expanding. I know last time I got to speak with you, you were talking about always kind of keeping your eye open for opportunities to make sure true motivation is staying up with the new trends. How is it moving, man? Mm.
I've been doing other things also, but it's still intact. I'm still producing new gear. So hopefully, I have time to, you know, um, expand it more and get my guys that's on my team to expand it more also.
Yeah. Well, tell us a bit about that because your working community is felt by these young athletes, man. I mean, honestly, you're bringing your time, talent, and treasure back into the community. And I got the chance to talk to somebody who was doing a great expose on some of the things that are kind of going on. And I know your name kept coming up because they're like, look, we see all this amazing talent coming back to Seattle and pouring into the next generation. Tell us a bit about how you've been really creating that impact in community.
Well, I've been doing it for about 10 years now. So I started off with, the coats because everybody was doing the backpacks, and then did toy drives. And then, I teamed up with another few nonprofits. So I think this one on Saturday would probably be the biggest one because I have a lot of local vendors that I got new relationships with, and they was excited to join me. So we have bag clothing, we have Soulmates that's gonna raffle off shoes. We have Northwest Kidney Center that's gonna come down. We have Washington Therapy and Wellness that's gonna come down, provide information, emergency feeding program, which I'll talk to you guys a little bit about, later. We have hashtag lunch bags. We have SBK Central District. We have a couple food trucks, Vigo food truck. We have Kent Carriage food truck. We have Wally Soul Food coming down. So we got a lot of exciting pieces that's coming down. It's going to be at Garfield.
Well, Trey, this for me is everything. I mean, we're talking about Black Business Month here for the month of August, but also August 27th, the Garfield Centennial is happening. We are both proud Bulldogs. So I love that you're bringing all of this brilliance to Garfield.
Mhm.
That is impactful in and of itself. And wow, congrats to you for the expansion of all of these amazing sponsor partners that have come in to understand this is a much needed event in our community. A lot of folks do backpack drive, but I think one way that you're really showing up in a unique way is by utilizing your relationships to bring folks in, to bring folks on. You're mentioning some great names, bad clothing, soulmates. I mean, this is the stuff the young folks want to wear when they go back to
Right.
school, right? So this is really I know it's going to be impactful. As you think about the ways that you've expanded this event in the last 10 years, tell us about one of the things that really keeps you going with this, because it could be helping the families out, smiles on kids faces, but tell us about something that you every year you take away with you as, man, like, this is why I do this.
Um, I mean, it's not on me; it's in me. So and as a kid, I didn't have much growing up, and it's crazy because like I think like 2-3 weeks ago, me and my mom was talking about the stuff that I've been doing and stuff like that. She was like, "Yeah, I used to go to the Indian Center and pick up that big old red bag for you guys." I'm like, "Damn!" So that's why I didn't get that much. So I just want to help the community and give what they need, um, and what they want also.
Yeah.
So also we got Sky Blue also coming in. I don't want to forget the importance of it about we're raising awareness for kidneys too because of Nate Robinson. He's been kind of behind closed doors about it, and he wants to open up more about it. So we also got my guy Damon Brown is going to talk about what he's been through with kidney transplants. He's did it twice, so but he's a survivor. So that's the main importance of this, and give out. We have more than 600 backpacks to give out too and supplies. So
Wow, Trey, 600 is a huge impact, a huge number. And it's not just about numbers. And I love that you're infusing this opportunity to give away resources with also a very important message about our health. And I think oftentimes too, if we don't share these stories, they kind of happen in the silos, right? And then people are not, the impact doesn't have that ripple effect because you didn't even drop the pebble in the water for it to do so, right? So I love that Nate is coming out, is going to share his experience. Appreciate that Damon's going to be able to share his experience. We know a lot of folks in our community. You know, my uncle, rest in peace, Uncle T, you know, passed away and was on kidney dialysis and had a lot of issues with his kidneys. This is something that's very important. And Northwest Kidney Center, for anybody who's been on dialysis up here, they are probably very familiar with this space. And shout out to all of the workers. I have an aunt who dedicated a majority of her professional career at Northwest Kidney Center, again, to be helping these patients when they're getting on and off dialysis. It takes a lot of energy from the body. For anybody who has witnessed their family member go through it, as I have with several family members, this is really important. And you also talked there about emergency feeding program. And we know that we talk about food disparity all the time, food deserts, a lot of our urban areas not having access to, you know, quality foods and organic produce. Tell us a bit about how important it is that emergency feeding program is also going to be on site.
Well, I actually teamed up with Emergency Feeding Program recently, so I'm now the community development manager for
Wow.
them. The director, Glenn Turner, which was my first coach at Rotary Boys and Girls Club. So he said it's been on his mind. You know, he was like, "Man, I really need you here." So now I'm teamed up with them. You know, they've been providing service since 1977.
Wow.
You know, they provide over 18,000 meals, you know, a week. You know, they have a drive-through. They have a SOS street program that has 9 locations. Um, they're partnered with Seattle Public Schools and other local districts. We're always looking for donors to help us to, you know, expand feeding the community and the county. So hopefully we can find some more donors to do that.
Yeah, I gotta send them a huge shout out too. I mean, particularly as resources were flooding into our community during this pandemic and in the beginning, emergency feeding program was like, man, front and center. You
Yeah,
know, right, with
and they come
so
to
many
you.
things. Yeah,
You
and
know,
they will, and that's what I love because they have a whole distribution platform that allows for small nonprofits. You know, through King County Equity Now in Africatown, we were like, okay, how do we get meals to folks? An emergency feeding program was the one. They were dropping food off to Black Dot for Africatown. They were bringing, you know, meals to our events. They had all these bags of food that people could take. So this is important. Those partnerships allow them to do that work. But I just got to say, man, their warehouse is like, it's like going to Costco or something. They
right.
really pack it in.
And it's not, you know, it's this food's from Trader Joe's, Northwest Harvest, Amazon Fresh. So you're getting the right nutrition, you know, in these boxes and these bags. You know, they're not just giving you, you know, just shooting you whatever. So they're trying to really provide for these families to give them good nutrition.
Yeah. And that was something I can definitely attest to as well. I mean, they had fresh produce, fruits, and vegetables. I mean, really the stuff that people talk about wanting, right? And so I appreciate that. I think a lot of folks who deal with food insecurity often now are realizing it can't just be a bunch of canned foods. And, you know, we understand food, even food banks have really began to elevate a bit in terms of how they're doing it, how they're partnering with. There's a lot of stuff that goes to waste, but there's families that can use it right now. So I'm so glad that you have joined the team, Trey, and you're bringing your brilliance to emergency feeding program. They're doing phenomenal work, and I know that you're going to do great work to bring these messages into community and to work in your ways that you do in community to expand those partnerships. But before I let you go, I got to give you time to make sure that you let folks know how they can be there for this amazing drive. I won't even call it a backpack drive because it's so much more. Make sure folks know the details, where they need to be, and how families need to be there to get these resources. Look right there so folks can know in that camera.
This one?
The last one over here.
This one?
Yeah, there you go.
So we're having a backpack, I wouldn't say giveaway, an event. You know, we have a lot of resources there. August 20th at Garfield High School on the football field. We have food, backpacks, school supplies. We're raffling off shoes and clothes, food trucks. So come out and have a good time, and please share, 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 share.
Yeah, every year I think that your events, you give away everything you brought to give away, and that's also something about your impact. What time should folks be there on the field?
It's from 12 to 4, so um, I would say about 11:30.
Yeah, yeah. All I know is the last time folks were telling me, "Oh my God, there was line down the block." I mean, so
Yeah,
this is really, if you're really looking to get these resources, show up early because you are right. 600, they can go quick, and you've seen it almost every year, even as you've grown and trying to, provide more and more resources. Man, your events be really like packed. Everybody's trying to come because they know they're going to get great stuff.
right.
So make sure y'all show up early. You do not want to miss this opportunity. Tre Simmons, my twin, thank you for everything you're doing in community. And you're always welcome here, right here on The Day with Tre said. Anytime you have anything you want to share with us, and anytime you want to be with me, your twin. So no worries. You are always welcome. Thank you for being here.
Much appreciated.
Absolutely. Oh my